Your specific person is already yours, and no, that's not just in theory. So if you truly believe that, how would you act? Today, I'm going to talk to you guys and help you realize the best way to embody and really act as if, think as if, and therefore bring in your specific person faster if they were already yours, which they are. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about your specific person and actually becoming the version of you and thinking as if, embodying that from the end result. Not panicking, wavering, spiraling, not being confident, embodying the version of you that already has them. And that's really going to speed things up and make it even more realistic to yourself. So if that sounds good, please keep watching. I have a lot of different points. I'm going to start off with some quotes as well, a little bit of Neville Goddard work. So yeah, stay tuned, thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, if you enjoy my content. And on screen, before we get into it, I will pop all my coaching offers. You can work with me one-to-one, or you can just become an LOA Coaching Darling member. They did just get their exclusive Q&A for the month, where at the end of each month, you guys get to submit your manifesting questions. So yeah, take a look in the description box or the join button below if you're interested. And now let's start the video. The law of assumption literally states, if you can imagine it, it already exists. Creation is finished. There is no possibility, nothing you can imagine that doesn't exist. I guess you could say in like a parallel quantum reality, or, you know, in the quantum realm, or just as a possibility in life of something you can achieve. It's already in existence. If you can imagine it, it exists. So it's not this really distant, far off possibility or idea or concept or, you know, wish and dream that you have. Try not to frame it that way in your mind, that it's like this lifelong goal, it's your fantasy, your daydream. It's not. It's a goal you're working towards. The same way you'd say, I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to get a raise at work. I want to eat healthier. Those are all realistic, tangible goals. And you should be framing in your mind, being with your specific person or your ideal person in the exact same way. There literally isn't separation between you and your specific person. The only separation and thing that's preventing you from having it is your own focus. So there's no circumstance or literal, you know, barrier or rule stating that you can't be with your specific person. It's literally just the way you are thinking, where your focus is. Where is your dominant focus going? Is it to the old story, circumstances, you know, limiting concerns and worries about your 3D reality? Or is it to the end result, being with SP, getting exactly what you want, being secure and fulfilled and happy and safe in your amazing relationship? You're literally selecting and choosing to focus on and embody a version of your reality and attract a version of your reality where you already have that relationship and commitment and love. It's not that you're trying to attract, well, I said attract reality, but it's because you're manifesting that reality, you're shifting into that reality, but you're not trying to attract love or trying to, you know, force your SP towards you. You're literally just choosing to focus on a different version of reality. It already exists, as we summarize there. It's already in existence. So it's not that you're trying to bring love towards you. You're just choosing to focus on a new version of reality where you literally quantum shift into that reality. Your reality and circumstances conform, your specific person conforms, and your reality becomes that version. You are choosing that version of reality. You're saying, this is what I want. This is where my focus is going to be. And that's how I'm going to, you know, think and convince my own mind that this is what I'm experiencing. This is my reality. This is my relationship with SP. And by choosing it, you're literally, it's yours. That's all it takes. You choose it. You focus on it. You convince your mind to believe that that is your reality. So do you kind of keep thinking and going about your life or acting, you know, in terms of conversations, actions that you take to try and check up on the 3D or your SP, as if it's not here, as if there's a lack and it's missing? And that's literally going to be the reason why. If you're asking why is it not here, you just affirmed that reality in your statement. You've answered your own question. You've said it's not here yet. SP isn't texting me. SP is ghosting me. SP broke up with me. SP did this in the 3D reality. You're looking at the 3D and you're acknowledging it, and then you're taking it on as fact. You're putting your focus on the lack, on where it's missing. That's where the issue actually lies. So if you're going to, wherever your dominant focus is, if you're wondering and looking at and acknowledging it's still not here yet, in whatever, wording or form it might be. It can be a lot more subtle than that. Then that's going to be the reason why it's missing from your reality. So it's not that, again, there's some circumstance or rule or difficulty with manifesting. It does take practice. It can be difficult at first because it takes a lot of willpower and discipline to shift your mindset and put in the effort to get to that point. But the manifestation itself is simple and easy. It's just about putting your focus as if that reality is true. I said if you're checking your 3D reality for the result, for movement, you're taking yourself out of that end result, out of the reality that you want. You're taking your mind, your conscious thoughts, which then in turn takes your subconscious mind out from this, I'm already with SP, everything's amazing, everything's perfect, and you feel good, you start to feel the shift, the spiraling or wavering balances out, everything feels a lot calmer, more positive. But then you take yourself out of that state by saying, look at what's going on in the 3D reality, look at the lack of movement or these circumstances. Then you're literally saying, my focus is no longer on the end result. We're not in the end result, we're in these circumstances. You're keeping yourself stuck temporarily, obviously not ruining your manifestation, but temporarily stuck in the same version of reality. And then waiting or feeling like you're, in a state of lack and needing SP, hoping for things and wishing that it would change instead of affirming, I have this now, period. That's just the way it is. You're coming from this doubtful state, this hopeful state, externalizing and giving away your power to the 3D. And that is just going to reinforce that separation from your specific person, reinforce the current circumstances, reinforce the lack of whatever it is that you might be worried about or focusing on, or that the negative circumstances may have reflected. It's just keeping you stuck there. So you want to make sure that you're not feeding into and holding on to that negative cycle. So become the version of you, make it your intention, your focus, and saying, this is all I need to do. I'm becoming the version of me who already has SP. I just need to convince my own mind, no one else. I don't need to change anything else. I need to convince my own mind. Think as if it's true, embody and become the version of me who feels amazing, who feels secure and confident about everything. And, in terms of the relationship, and make it immersive. Just think about, what would that actually look like? What would that feel like? Let me pretend, let me embody it, act as if, think as if, do a confident rampage, get really immersive with it. So using your senses, how you would feel, build up those positive emotions so you can imagine, wow, this is actually what it's like. This is giving me motivation. This is giving me confidence. I can feel it real, as Neville Goddard himself would say. And I'm about to get onto a Neville Goddard quote as well. And acting as if, all these different methods that it's not necessarily going to propel or speed up your manifestation a lot, but it's going to help you. It's going to help release the doubt, the wavering, the spiraling. It's going to feel more realistic. And yes, it absolutely can help and will help on your manifesting journey because it's a positive practice. But it's just something that helps you embody it, focus on it, imagine it as being so real and be like, wow, this is what the end result would be like for me. The visuals, the feelings, just feeling confident and happy. It's going to be a lot easier to go, to continue with your manifesting routine, looping your affirmations, just staying on track. So the quote here that I wanted to read that ties into this, and I will explain a little bit what I mean, but assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and continue feeling it until that which you feel becomes your reality. So that's Neville Goddard. And yes, it does tie into emotions, but he means to mentally embody it, to mentally experience it, internally experience it, and keep persisting with that, keep continuing until what you're experiencing internally, the emotions, the visuals, the focus that you're putting on, and thinking and like physically, mentally experiencing it internally until it literally becomes a fact, until that is what you genuinely experience in your physical reality. You just keep going. What would that feel like? What would it be like? What would it look like? Imagine to yourself that relationship with SP. Use music, incorporate your senses where you can. The body will respond to that. Neurologically, your body will respond as if you're actually experiencing it. It all makes it way more realistic. And you're not affirming to try and get your SP, to try and force them to conform, to try and get them to be different. You're reminding yourself of what already exists and what is already yours. You've decided you want it, you've decided to put your focus on it, and now you're convincing yourself that it's yours. So you're just reminding yourself, this is the version of my reality I choose. This is what I'm going to experience, where my manifestation is focused, and therefore it has to be completely mine. Physically, that's fine if it doesn't yet reflect in the 3D, but I know it's mine, I know it's coming, I'm doing everything correctly. That's the kind of mindset you want to have, building on that, reminding yourself of that. You're not trying to force a change or a 180 change in your SP. You're literally just reminding yourself, this exists and it's mine. And the quantum reality will literally mirror your dominant focus, your dominant state internally, the way you think, where your focus literally goes throughout the day when it comes to your SP, not what you wish, not what you hope for, not what you really, really want or what you constantly talk about. If it's not focusing on the positive end result, then it's not going to create the positive end result. So remember to think and speak and try and embody the emotions as well where you can, although emotions do not manifest, but they help a lot. When you embody everything, it helps to create quantum shift, but it's not the emotions alone that are going to literally change your SP in terms of conforming them and bringing in the version of them in the reality that you want. So yeah, just to remind you guys, but feeling it as real is super beneficial as well. Like I said, it's a positive practice overall, but just embody completely in every way that you can what it's like to be that version. So you're not thinking about what that would be like or hoping or wishing or wondering, you're embodying it as if it's here in this moment. And remembering as well that your 3D reality is just echoing past beliefs, past assumptions, the past circumstances are filtering out. It's a little bit delayed. So remember that it doesn't need to instantly reflect exactly what you focus on. So yeah, just remember that you don't need to rely on your 3D reality for that validation. It's your own mindset. So I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys found that useful. I think it was quite a beneficial, encouraging video. If you enjoyed, please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time.